Rooting down through the sit bones and rising through the crown of the head, and the shoulders are back. Today's class is working on flexibility in the spine, really working on the muscles around the spine, on the space between the vertebrae of the spine. And they say you are as young as your spine is flexible, so let's work towards that today. From Sukhasana, rest your hands on your knees, shoulders back, rise up through the crown of the head, soften the gaze or close your eyes. Start deepening your breath. Breathing through your nose. Notice where your mind is today. And through this practice, if your mind wanders out, just reel it back in. Imagine 1,000 arms of light reaching out and bringing your mind back here into this moment, into your body, following your breath. Start engaging your belly with the breath. Every inhale, you expand through the belly, taking the breath to the lower lobes of the lungs, middle of the lungs, all the way up. Make the exhale longer. With the exhale, you soften the back of the shoulders, the back of your neck. Soften the skin behind your ears. Very good. I'll be mirroring you in this part, facing you. Let's start with the right hand out and the left arm reaching up toward the sky. Keep the shoulders back like you're tucking the shoulder blades towards the lower back. Anchor the left sit bone down and lift up. Gaze down to relax the back of your neck and get a nice stretch there. Option to bend the right elbow and have the left arm over the ear if that feels okay, opening the left shoulder without hiking the shoulders up. Every time you're bending sideways, you want to find length in the spine. Reaching out with the crown of the head. Left hand comes down to your knee. Use your right hand to lift up and rotate right hand behind you and just get into a baby twist here. Rising up through the crown of the head, shoulders are down. Deepen your breath. Keep your neck in line with your spine and space between the ears and the shoulders. And take one more inhale, rise up through the crown of your head. And with the exhale, slowly come back to the center to change sides. Left arm is next to you. Slide the hand out and right arm over the ear. Let's start with reaching up first. Reaching up instead of bending down. Lengthen the lower side of the torso as you anchor the right sit bone down. And let's look down to get that nice stretch in the neck. Shoulders soft. And then slide the hand further out. Right arm probably over the ear at this point and tuck the shoulder blades down. Keep connecting with your long breaths. Opening the side body and the waist. Release the right hand to your knee. Use the left hand to lift up to help you lift and push up. And then left hand behind you, find your way to your twist. In your twist, you rise up with the inhale, and with the exhale, you rotate. From the core, from the shoulders. Are you engaging your belly with your breaths? Watching the belly expand with inhale. Very slowly come back to the center. Hands are on your knees. We'll do a few cat-cows from Sukhasana. If you want, you can change legs. Whatever foot was in front, have it in the back. So you don't get numb here. And inhale, arch the back. Keep the gaze forward or lift the gaze if the neck feels okay. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin, tuck your hips, and pause here. Really ahead, a little sway side to side. And then inhale, arch the back, cow pose. Keep the shoulders down. And exhale, round. Take care of the back of the shoulders, don't overdo it. We're still warming up. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. And come back to the center. Very good. Bring the knees together. Swivel your legs. I'll meet you in table. With the shoulders over the wrists, the hips are over the knees. We'll start with barrel rolls. Just jump rope the spine around the center column of your body. Going side to side. And use your neck with it. So every time you round, tuck your chin, the head is down, and then lift the gaze when you're in cow, as if you're in cow. Make this your own. Close your eyes or soften the gaze. Make it feel good and change direction. Can you hear your breath? Very good, and pause in the center. Press up through the arms. Create as much space as you can between the chest and the mat. Have a little tuck in your hips to lengthen the tailbone and extend the right leg back. Left arm in front of you, reaching front and back. Without collapsing into the right shoulder, keep the lift and inhale, reach front and back. And exhale, knee to elbow. Round your back here. Inhale, reach, have a little lift. And exhale, round. Keep engaging your core. Inhale, reach. And exhale, round. Inhale, take full range of motion. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then reach front and back. And exhale, release. Just sway your hips side to side. Maybe around the back a little bit. And let's get into the other side. Extend the left leg back. Right arm in front of you with the thumb towards the ceiling, reaching front and back. Draw the ribs up towards the spine. Keep the gaze in front. Inhale. And exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, if it's okay to the neck, to lift the gaze. And exhale, round, tuck your chin. Inhale, expand, reach front and back. And exhale, round. 2 more times. And last one, reach. And exhale. Release, very good. Have more space between your knees. The toes stay further apart. Anchor the right hand and inhale, lift the left hand up. Try to stay light on the right hand, like there's a string pulling the left hand up. Keep the breath going. And then slide the left hand under the right armpit, all the way out as much as you can with the palm facing the sky. The side of the head is down, and wrap the right arm behind you. Come back to your breath. Maybe you wrap the right shoulder blade back if that feels okay. Notice if you're hiking the shoulders, release them back. When you're ready, release the right hand in front of the face. Your weight is on the hand to press up so we can change sides. Keep the knees wide. Anchor the left hand and inhale, lift the right arm up. Deepen the breath, try to stay light on the left hand. Don't strain your neck. If it strains your neck to look up, keep the chin over the chest or look down. And one more full breath in. And exhale, slide the hand under the armpit. The side of the head is down. Sweep the left arm behind you. Maybe you find the crease in the torso. No, in the thigh. Wrapping the left shoulder back. Very good. Bring the left hand in front of your face. Your weight is on the hand and come back to the center. Let's have the knees a little bit wider. Sit bones reach back. And then slowly lengthen through your spine with the hands reaching forward and just walk the hands outside of your mat. The right sit bone is reaching back. Tuck your chin. The forehead can rest on the mat or hover. Stretching the side body. Have a little lift here, inhale. Walk your way to the center and then all the way to the other side. Stretching the left side body. Tuck your chin, the forehead can rest down or hover. And when you're ready, come back to the center. Slowly lift up, bring the knees back under your hips. Have the hands half a palm print forward, tuck your toes and lift the hips up to your downward facing dog. Draw the shoulder blades back and widen the shoulders. Start with some pedaling in your feet, some dynamic movement in your feet. Try to keep the length in your spine as you lift the sit bones towards the back wall up where it meets the ceiling. The head is heavy and hanging as you gaze back towards your shin or your ankles. And pause here with the pedaling. Shift your weight forward, shoulders over the wrists and press up. Heels are over the toes. Tuck your hips, hollow front body, doming behind the shoulders. Release the knees down, hug the elbows, shift forward, and come all the way down. The elbows stay close to the body. Very good. Keep the hands framing the chest, maybe slightly back. Hug the elbows. The feet are hip-width distance apart. Pressing with the top of the feet down, you're lifting the kneecaps up. Sit bones towards each other and inhale, lift up to your baby cobra. Gaze can stay forward, wrap the shoulders back. Try not to crunch the shoulders up. Deep breath in and exhale, come down. We'll do this 3 more times. Inhale, lift. Press the sacrum, engaging your thighs and glutes. Shoulders soft, stay light on the hands. And exhale down. Inhale, lift. Option to spider finger the hands. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Very good. Have the hands on top of each other. Forehead is on your hands and sway your hips side to side. Bring the hands to frame the ribs, so a little bit lower. Tuck the elbows in, shoulders back. Feet are still hip-width distance apart. On your inhale, extend the legs, keep the knees down. Wrap the shoulder blades back into your high cobra. You're pressing the sacrum forward and down. Try to keep a lift from the crown of the head up. Full breath in. And exhale. Let it go. You can have the side of the head down. Release the arms behind you. Bend the knees and windshield wiper the legs side to side. And the legs come down. Very good. Center the gaze again. And this time going to bow pose. Bend your knees. The hands reach back. So option to stay here without catching the feet, or you can catch the feet. Press the feet into the hands, lifting the shoulders, gaze in front. Maybe the thighs lift, but don't force it. Keep the breath going. Make sure you're not holding your breath. For 5, 4, 3, 2, one more, inhale. And exhale, let it go. The hands are under the shoulders, find your way to table. Start drawing circles with your hips side and back, other side and forward. Release any tension we built in the lower back. Make it slow, use your breath with this movement. And then change direction. Very good. Tuck your toes, hands are half a palm print forward, and lift up to your downward facing dog. Draw the shoulders back. Keep the length in your spine. We'll work on some spinal rolls here, and this is a great release for the muscles around your spine, so try to find it. If you want, you can look at me the first time, or if you're familiar with it, we can go together. Lift your heels up, shift your weight to the middle between your hands and the feet, and then round your back, tuck your chin. Tuck your hips as well. Start shifting forward, and then start lowering your hips. You're still tucking the toes. Lower the hips into your upward dog, with the knees hovering. Shoulders are back. And then tuck your chin, lift up from the shoulders, rounding to come all the way down with the heels. Lift the sit bones up, flat back before you go to the next one. So if this is too intense on your wrist or it doesn't feel good, stick to your cat-cow from table, or you can join me. We'll do 4 of these. Inhale, lift, round to your upward dog. And exhale, try to feel like a wave movement in the spine. Inhale, the upward dog. And exhale. Last thing to come down is the heels. 2 more, just like that. One last time. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, bend the knees and step or hop to the front of your mat. Find your way to flat back. Hands are on the shins, lengthen through your spine. You're wrapping the shoulder blades back. Deep breath in. To fold, bend the knees and lean forward, and then tuck your chin. So you want to keep the length in your spine, especially the tailbone, with the sit bones reaching back, untucking your hips. The head is heavy. Feel the weight of the head. Maybe you sway front and back. Bend your knees a lot, sit bones toward each other, and inhale, rise up, ragdoll all the way up. Arms overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart and bring the arms next to you. Very good. Take a few breaths here. Come back to your breath. Come back inward. And inhale, sweep your arms up. With your exhale, swan dive down to your flat back, hands on the shins. Pause here. We'll do spinal rolls from here. So if you missed the ones from downward dog, you can catch them here. From your flat back, bend your knees as you keep the length in your spine to down with your chest and then round the back. The crown of the head reaches down. Release the hands. To come up, lift as if you're rounding, finding that wave motion, and then lift the sit bones, lengthen the legs and the spine. We'll do it 3 more times. Inhale here, and exhale like a wave. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Soften the knees in your fold. Last one, inhale. And exhale, soften the knees. Very good. Anchor the hands and step back into your downward facing dog. Have the toes in the center of your mat. On your next inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend your knee and open the hip. Makes us feel good. Keep the breath going. Option to stay here and keep your weight equally balanced on both hands, lifting the forearms towards your fingers, or the right foot behind you, extend the left leg to the outside edge of the foot, lifting from your hips. Notice the left shoulder is over the wrist or slightly behind it, never passing it. If you lift the right heel to get a deeper bend, take care of yourself. We have a lot of this today. Deep breath in. With your exhale, hips come halfway down, gaze to the front, and I'll meet you back in your downward facing dog. We have one more side. Inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend your knee and open. The hip, gaze can stay back or under the armpit. This is a great place to stay, or find your wild things, or flip dog, left foot behind you. Extend the right leg and lift up. Maybe you lift the left heel. Try to stay light on the right hand, easier said than done. Lifting from the hips, deep breath in. With your exhale, hips are halfway down, gaze to the front, and I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, knees come down together, touching. Top of the feet are down, and find your way to your child's pose. Sweep the arms back. Allow the palms to face the sky, the shoulders to round. And just take a few breaths here. Slide the hands to the front and inhale, find your way, downward facing dog again, deep breath in. Open your mouth and let it go. Your next inhale, lift the right leg up. With your exhale, step the foot between the hands. Keep the back heel lifting, press with the right foot, knees over the heel, and inhale, rise up into your crescent pose. Palms of the hands face each other, shoulders stay down, they're not shrugging, and the back leg strong and firm. Tighten the hips. This tightening in the hips helps you realign the spine. Scissor hugging the right hip crease back, just a little bit. Tightening the inner thighs towards each other. Have the palms of the hands towards your heart, and inhale, rise up with the crown of the head. Create length in the spine, and then lean forward. Hook the left elbow to the outside of the thigh or the knee and lift the sternum towards your thumbs. Back leg strong and firm. Still tightening the hips. And then stay right here, release the knee down, stay in your twist. Getting deeper in your twist with the knee down. Maybe you expand through the arms. Keep connecting with your breath. There's a bind option here, but it's a really deep bind, so don't force it. Right arm can come behind you, left arm is under the thigh, hands can meet, opening the right shoulder. We all meet with the palms together into your twist. Deep breath in. And with your exhale, look down and release the hands down. Tuck the back toes, press with the right foot, and come up. On your next inhale, lift the arms up. Have a little bend here. So you're kind of lengthening the tailbone, tuck your hips. Lift the gaze, shoulders back. If this doesn't feel good, don't do it. Maybe you cactus the arms. Maybe you lean forward, opening the hip flexors. Again, listen to your body. It's barely a bend, just a little bit of lengthening in the front body. And every time you bend the back to the back, lengthen the crown of the head up, and then reach back. Inhale, reach up with your arms. With your exhale, sweep the left arm behind you and find that bend again. Left arm can slide down the thigh if you want. Gaze can stay to the front. Maybe you lean forward a little bit. And come back to the center. Right arm is still up. Now engage the core, zipping the ribs together, and just bend to the left. With the left hand sliding down the thigh, right arm over your ear without shrugging the shoulders. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Hands come down to the mat, tuck the back toes, lift the knee and slide the right foot back. We can start with the right heel down and pause here, stretch the leg and then change sides. Take 3 more breaths in your downward dog, either a static downward dog or dynamic with movement. On your next inhale, lift the left leg up, 3-legged dog. With your exhale, step your foot between the hands. Back heel is lifting the front knees over your heels, spread the front toes, and inhale, rise up, back leg strong and firm, helping you here. You're in a deep crescent pose. Maybe the thigh can be parallel to the floor if you want more heat, more activation. Shoulders are down, palms face each other. Tighten the hips. Take care of the back knee. If the back knee hurts you, you can allow a bend in your knee. Hands come to the heart. Rise up with the crown of the head. Inhale, hips are low, and with your exhale, lean forward. Hook the elbow to the outside of your knee or your thigh, and lift the sternum towards your thumbs. Back leg strong again. Lifting the front of the back thigh up towards the sky. Stay right here and release the back knee down, tucking your toes, or the top of the foot can be down. Maybe you get deeper into your twist and stay here. Maybe you open the arms. Maybe you bind, if that felt good on the other side. We all meet with the palms of the hands together. Deep breath in. And with your exhale, look down and release the hands down. The back toes are tucked. And inhale, rise up, arms overhead. With your exhale, option to cactus the arms. Have a little bend as you lift the gaze. But remember, the crown of the head is reaching away from your hips. You have an option to have the hands on your hips with the elbows towards each other. And inhale, lift the arms up. With your exhale, sweep the right arm back, keeping that bend. If it feels good, if there's any pinching in the lower back, don't do it. And then rise up. Keep the left arm up, draw the ribs in, so you're tucking the ribs in, tucking your hips slightly for the tailbone to be long. Right arm slides down the right thigh, bending the left, bending to the right, extending the left side body, opening the left side body. Try to find your balance, find a drishti to help you balance. Shoulders stay down and soft, and then slowly come back to the center. Hands come down, lift the back knee and slide up to your downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths in your downward dog. Bend your knees, gaze forward, step or hop to the front of your mat, find your flat back. Shoulder blades wrap back. All 4 sides of your neck are long. Deep breath in, and exhale, fold. Bend your knees a lot. Even if you know you can have straight legs, bend your knees. Allow the upper body to soften down. Find length between the vertebrae of the spine. And then very slowly ragdoll all the way up, using your glute muscles more than your back muscles. Shoulders are back. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart. Very good. Have the arms next to you and take a few breaths. Come back here with me. Notice where your mind is. And we'll start with our next step. Inhale, sweep your arms up. With your exhale, hands to your heart. Anchor the right foot and step the left foot back. You can have the feet a little bit longer or shorter in the stance, extend both legs. And you'll know if you need a shorter stance if you can't scissor hug the right hip crease back. You can't, meaning that bothers your back knee. If you can have the hips square with the front of the mat and your knees feel okay and your hips are level, then this is a great place to be. Inhale, reach your arms up. With your exhale, circle the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, and widen the collarbones. And we did a lot of back bend so far, so tuck the ribs together, lengthen the tailbone here, just for a few seconds. Lifting the hands a little bit higher. Realigning, having the right hip crease back, engaging your thigh muscles. And now inhale, lengthen the front body, lift the gaze, and with your exhale, fold halfway. Shoulders square with the front of the mat, and still scissor hug the right hip crease back. Lengthen the back of your neck, there's no wrinkles in the back of the neck. You can allow a micro bend in the front knee, or keep the leg straight. The back leg is definitely straight. And then fold a little bit deeper with the crown of the head towards your foot. If the arms are tired or the hands are numb, you can release the hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. With your exhale, we all release the hands down. Left hand, spider finger the hands or find a block or anchor the hand on the inside of the right foot and slightly front. You have the right hip crease back. Keep the hand on your hip to make sure it's there. And then open the right shoulder, gaze to the side. Keep the sides of the neck long and the shoulders back. Maybe the right arm can reach up. Keep the length in the spine. If there's any rounding, allow a bend in your knee. If there's any rounding, maybe the feet can come closer. Keep pressing up, trying to stay light on the left hand, and a deep breath in. With your exhale, right hand comes down. Bend the front knee, hands to your heart. We're challenging our balance. Press with the right foot. Lift the left leg coming to your knee up. Find a drishti. As you lift the left leg up. Engage your thigh muscles, your core muscles, and pause here. Flex the foot. Right hand can come to the outside of your knee to twist the left hand back, or you can catch the outside of the foot, pressing the foot into the hand and the left hand back. Knee can stay bent or extend the leg, you decide. Find a focal point or gaze back from the side of the eye. 2 more breaths. Very good. Bend your knee. Very slowly come back to the center and release the foot down. Very good. Let's take 3 sun breaths here. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, press down like the air is heavy. 2 more. Inhale. Like you're going through gel, lift the gaze, and exhale. Try to hear your breath. Inhale, and hands to your heart. Pause here for a few seconds. Tuck your chin back. Soften the back of the shoulders and the back of your neck. Anchor the left foot down and step the right foot back. You decide how long your stance is, how wide it is. Have the hands on the hips and scissor hug the left hip crease back. Spreading the toes, all 4 corners of your feet are pressing down. Inhale, reach your arms up. With your exhale, cactus the arms, draw the ribs in. Can you do that while you cactus the arms, pinching behind the shoulders, but draw the ribs in, tuck your hips, engaging your thigh muscles as much as you can, squeezing the thighs around your bones, around the knees. Feeling like you're realigning your hips and the lower back as you tuck the left hip crease back. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands can be on your hips or interlace the fingers if you like that feeling. Widen, and now allow the length of the front body. Deep breath in, lift the gaze, and exhale, fold halfway. Pause, pull the shoulders back, maybe the hands higher. Notice if you're lifting the arch of the front foot, press it down as much as the outside edge. And then scissor hug the left hip crease back. Maybe you fold a little bit deeper. If this feels okay, remember you can allow a micro bend in the front knee. Lengthen the sides of your neck and the back. Maybe the hands a little bit higher, or you can release them if they're starting to feel numb. Your next inhale carries you up halfway. And exhale, release the hands. Right hand in front of, on the inside of the foot, slightly in front. Left hand is on the hip. Pull the hip back and open the left shoulder to the side. Lengthen the sides of your neck. You can allow a micro bend in the knee or use a block under the right hand. Then maybe the left hand can reach up. You can also spider finger the hands to come up a little bit higher. If you're tightening the hips, this is where you realign after all the movements we did. You're tightening the hips with the left hip crease back. One more inhale. And exhale. Release down. Bend the front knee a lot. Hands to your heart. Anchor the left foot. We're challenging your balance again. Start dragging the right leg all the way up. Lifting the knee up. Flex your foot. Take a few breaths here. Notice you're engaging your thighs, your core. Maybe left hand to the outside of the knee. Right hand behind you. Or you catch the outside of the foot with the right arm back. Bending the knee or extending the leg. You can gaze slightly back from the side of the eye, or find a drishti to help you balance a focal point. One more inhale, and exhale. Come back with control, with the knee up. Deep breath in, and exhale. Let it go. Very good. Step your foot back. We're going wide on the mat. You have the toes in, the heels are slightly out. Hands are on your hips, shoulders are back, elbows are back. Inhale, lift the gaze, lengthen the crown of the head up as much as you can. And with your exhale, fold. Keep the length in the spine as you fold. And then gaze down, shoulders are back, release the hands under the chest. Try to flatten the back as much as you can. If that's not happening, option to have blocks under the hands or allow a bend in your knees. You don't have to go too wide in your stance today. Try to dip down in the chest as you wrap the shoulder blades back, lifting from the sit bones. And then slide the sit bones back to pass your heels. Have the hands walking to the front, finding as much length as you can. Maybe spider finger the hands. That could help tuck your head between the arms. Keep the lift in the sit bone. So notice if your body wants to tuck your hips, thinking to protect the lower back, untuck. Lengthening the tailbone. Bend your knees, walk the hands under the chest, hands are on your hips, and inhale, rise up. Open your mouth and let it go. Very good. We're coming down again. Inhale, sweep your arms up, and exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Start walking the hands to the right. Maybe the left hand can come under the right armpit, catching any part of the leg, the thigh, knee, not knee, thigh, calf, or ankle, the outside edge. And then have the right hand reaching to the front. You're pulling with the left hand, gazing under the armpit, or you can gaze down. Notice there's a rotation here in the hips, and that's okay. Allow it. If you need a bend in your knees, also allow it. Can you have the head heavy here without trying to lift, thinking that the head will catch you if you fall? Right hand can stay in front, helping you balance, but only if you're 100% balanced, maybe the right arm can wrap behind your back. The head is just hanging. Can you trust yourself here? Release the right hand in front of the foot. Release the left hand. Walk your way back to the center. Realign your hips. Realign the shoulders. Maybe have a little wiggle in your hips. And then walk the hands to the left. Pause here. Left hand on the outside. So I'll come a little bit higher on this side. to see how it goes. You can be on the outside of the thigh and the left hand in front. Lengthen. Again, if you're tucking your hips, lengthen the spine. Gaze can stay down. If you want to get deeper, you can. If you're deeper, maybe you can allow the head to hang. And if the right hip is twisting or coming lower, that's okay. Allow it. Option to wrap the left arm behind you if you're balanced. Calming the nervous system with your long breaths. And then bring the left hand back, right hand next to it, come back to the center. Heel toe the feet back closer and closer. The toes are out, heels are in, and lower your hips into your Malasana. Hands are together and rise up through the crown of your head. Take a few breaths here. Hands come down, lift your hips up. Heel toe the feet closer, bend your knees a lot, and slowly on your inhale, ragdoll all the way up. Shoulders back, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart. And when you're ready, step to the front of your mat. Take a few breaths here. Come back to your balance. See how the body's feeling. Maybe there's some soreness in the muscles around your spine. Let's give it a little release here. Anchor the feet down. And just have a little twist side to side with the arms ragdolling. Just getting some movement here in your lower back. Twisting side to side. Soften the gaze. If you get dizzy, keep gazing at one point in front of you. If you feel okay turning the head with the movement, that's fine. Just feel the lower back and have a little tuck in your hips. A baby tuck in your hips. The knees are completely soft. Feet are hip width distance apart, and just twist side to side. And then pause here. Your hands are on your hips. Again, the feet are hip width distance apart, and start rotating the hips. Very slow, wide circles. Slow and wide circles. Deep in your breath. And then change direction. You'll find some soreness. Notice the difference in the right side and the left side. And then change direction again. This time make it smaller movements just from your hips, like you're belly dancing. Just rotating from your hips using your core. And then change sides. Don't let go of the breath. Keep your mind here. Follow your breath. And then pause here. Step to the front of your mat if you are not. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down to your flat back. Don't fold. Pause here. Lengthen through the spine. The crown of the head forward. The sit bones back as they lift. Deep breath in. With your exhale, bend the knees a lot. Anchor the hands and step the feet back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, have the knees to the outside edges of the mat. Toes are touching. Find a deep child's pose with the sit bones reaching back as much as you can, maybe touching your heels and the hands reaching to the front. Tuck your chin. You're dipping down with your chest. Calming the mind. Feel some weight on the forehead, or even if it's hovering. Maybe you add a little sway in the hips, releasing the lower back. And when you're ready, slowly lift the gaze and walk your way up. Bring the knees in and come up to kneeling. So we're going to another back bend, going to camel pose. The knees are under your hips, tuck your toes. So the knees are hip width distance apart. Shoulders are back, and have the hands behind the back with the fingers down or the fingers to the front. Shoulders are back, elbows are back. Again, rise up with the crown of the head. Lengthen as much as you can and just bend back with the length. Pressing the hips forward. The thighs stay perpendicular to the floor. You can keep gazing to the front if the neck is sensitive or look up. Elbows towards each other. Don't forget to keep working on the length, then you bend. That makes a big difference in the compression in the lower back. Deep breath in. And exhale, come back to the center and sit back on your heels. Take a few breaths. Tuck your chin. Make them belly breaths. Every inhale, you expand the belly. Lift to the chest. And every exhale, you draw the navel to the spine. And lift up one more time, camel. If you've had enough in back bends, you can either stay seated in your toe crunchers or the hands can stay back, or if you want to get deeper, I'll guide you through it. Inhale, rise up, tuck your hips. With your exhale, lean back, keep the length in the spine, thighs perpendicular to the floor. And then maybe the hands can come down towards your heels, barely touching. Don't go too deep today. Press the hips forward, drop the shoulders back. Keep the gaze to the front or look up or back, depending how you feel. How your neck feels. Take a full breath in. To come out, look forward, and then have the hands to the back and come up to the front. And sit back to your heels again. Have a little rounding, a little slumping in the lower back. Allow the shoulders to soften and just focus on your breath. Every inhale, as you expand the belly, can you find space in the lower back? When you expand the ribs, can you find space around the muscles that frame your spine? One more deep breath in. Open your mouth and let it go. Very good. Swivel your legs and come down to seated. Extending the legs, we'll work on Janushirshasana. You have the right foot to the inside of your thigh, flex the left foot, and hug the left hip crease back. On your inhale, reach up with the arms again, lengthen as much as you can. Even like sway to lift and lengthen, but keep the shoulders down and then start folding. Let's keep the back really flat today. So you could be here with the shoulder blades reaching back. You're just hinging from your hips, dipping down from the ribs and the chest. It's not about how low you are. You're engaging the thigh fully, pressing the hamstring down, flexing your foot. You can walk the hands to the front as long as you keep the shoulder blades back. Trying to work on the back, staying flat. And notice if the shoulders, if one is higher than the other, can you align the shoulders? Keep engaging your left thigh muscles. Engaging your quadricep, lifting the kneecap up. Take a deep, full breath in. With your exhale, release the foot, allow a bend in your knee, maybe even a deeper bend, allow some rounding, and allow the upper body to just relax here. The shoulders, the back of your neck to soften. And to come up, just walk your hands back, lifting you up. Have the right foot on the outside of your knee, keep the legs straight today. Right hand behind you, left arm reaches up on your inhale, and with your exhale, hug your knee at first, pulling the knee towards you, feeling the stretch in the outer hip. Maybe you slide the right foot closer towards you, pull the knee even more. Draw the ribs back, you're flexing the left foot. Right hand is helping you rise up, lengthen as much as you can. If you're okay with twisting more, we did a lot of it today, so take care of yourself. Maybe you hook the elbow to the outside of your knee. If you're shrugging the shoulders, don't. Release the shoulders down. And very slowly come back to the center. Tighten the right knee over the left knee. Keep the leg straight. Just tightening the knee, pulling the right foot towards you, and have the left foot to the right. So your left, the straight leg to the opposite side, to the right side. Inhale, rise up, and with your exhale, fold over your thigh. So it could be again here, try to keep the back nice and long, or you can come a little bit lower. So when your back is really long and you're only hinging from your hips, you're going to feel it in your sciatic nerve probably. I hope so. That's where I feel it. Flex your foot, press the hamstring down. The back is flat, wrapping the shoulders back. You're just dipping down from the chest, hinging from your hips, widening the sit bones. It's a hamstring stretch, but also it gets to that nerve. Keep the softness in the back of your neck, even sway your head side to side. On your next inhale, lift up. And exhale, release, let's change sides. Right leg is in the center, straight, left foot on the inside of your thigh. Flex the right foot. Scissor hug the right hip crease back to align your hips. Inhale, reach up, rise and lengthen, create space between the vertebrae of the spine, shoulders down, and exhale, fold. Keep the shoulders back. Hands can rest framing the leg, which makes it harder than catching the leg. You don't have anything to pull you forward. You're dipping down from the ribs, from the chest. But the neck and the shoulders have nothing to do with it. You don't have to go too low. If you have a strap, that could help you lengthen and wrap the shoulder blades back. Feeling maybe sore with the muscles around the spine? We'll give it a release later. And now release the foot. Allow a bend in your knee, allow some rounding, maybe you slide the shoulders one at a time forward. Make it feel good. If your body's calling for movements here, find it. And allow your hands to press into the mat and lift you up. Very good. Left foot on the outside of your knee, maybe you bring it closer towards you, flex your foot. Left hand behind you, inhale, reach up with the right arm, and with your exhale, hug your knee at first and pull the knee towards you. Getting into the outer hip, pulling the knee even more. It just targets a different area when you're hugging the knee than hooking the elbow. Stay here, or maybe hook the elbow and see the difference here. This is a deeper twist on the spine. The back hand is helping you rise up to take a deep breath in. And exhale, come back to the center. Tighten the left knee over the right, pull the foot closer towards you, maybe wiggle your way to find that tightness. And then the right foot to the left, flexing your foot. Tightening the knees even more, hands are next to the hips so you can rise, inhale, and with your exhale, come down to the flat back. Even the hands can stay back to maintain that. Keep flexing the right foot to help you get deeper into the stretch. The back of the neck is soft. Maybe the hands can come down if they don't feel okay behind you, but keep wrapping the shoulders back. Every time you find yourself slouching, lengthen the crown of the head up and dip down with your chest. And your next inhale, lift the gaze, lift the shoulders, and rise up. Very good. Come to the center of your mat, and I'll find you on your back. Hug your knees to your chest and tighten the knees towards you and sway side to side. Getting a very needed massage, not just to the lower back, even the muscles around your spine feel it. Getting deeper, knowing that earth will catch you, come all the way to one side and then all the way to the other side. Make sure you drink a lot of water today. This was a great detoxifying practice. So you want to wash it out. Then release the heels down, the heels towards the sit bones. Hands are framing your hips, tuck the shoulders under. Have a halfway lift in your hips. So rather than a high bridge pose up, just a halfway lift with a tightening the inner thighs towards each other. And then tuck your hips forward, lengthen the tailbone as much as you can. Maybe tuck the shoulders under more to press the triceps down. Don't lift too much. We're not going for a back bend, we're going for alignment. So tuck your hips forward. Maybe add a little pulsation with the knees coming towards each other, barely half an inch of movement. Notice if you're carrying any tension in the back of your neck or the shoulders or the head is lifting, release and let go of that area. Soften. To come down, round the back and start coming down from the upper back, middle of the back, one vertebra at a time, lower back, and finally the hips. Lift the legs up, find your way to happy baby. Hands can be to the outside or inside edges of the feet. I'd like to wrap my two-piece fingers around the big toes, but you decide. Press the thighs down, lengthen the tailbone. The goal is to have the tailbone flat down to the mat. Maybe you sway side to side if that feels okay. Start deepening your breath even more. Breathing through the nose, hearing your breath. Very good. Release the hands and have the legs come down. We'll go to figure four, right ankle above the left knee, and lift the left leg up. Maybe you have the help of your hand, bring the ankle a little bit closer, flex your foot. Hands can be behind the thigh, or if you want to get deeper in front of the shin, as long as the back of the head and the back of the shoulders are resting down. And just sway side to side here, a little baby sway side to side. I'll count you through the breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going to the count of 4, imagining a square in front of you and going through the sides of the square as you breathe. Keeping your attention to the tip of the nose, maybe you soften the gaze or close your eyes. Just imagining or visualizing a square going to the sides of the square as you count your breath. Release the hands and release the right foot all the way to the left. So you have the left heel towards your sit bone. Keep the right shoulder down, the right arm straight, and press the left hand on the inner thigh. Press the thigh away from you, like you're lifting the femur bone out of your hip. I hope you feel it like I do. This is one of my favorite stretches. I feel so much space in my hips once I do that, in my lower back even. So keep pressing the inner thigh away from you. And then release and find your twist. Either just release the knee down, or if you want, you can catch the outside edge of the foot, press the foot into the hand, just like we did in standing, and have the gaze to the right, if that's accessible, if that feels okay. Watch the belly rise with your inhale. And gently release with the exhale. Very slowly release the foot. If you're catching, come back to the center, the hips in line with the shoulders. Left ankle above the right knee, lift the legs up, interlace the fingers in behind the thigh, or maybe in front of the shin if that feels okay. The hand can help you bring the foot a little bit closer, flex your foot, and then once you're settled, relax the back of your neck and the back of the shoulders. The back of your head is heavy. Soften your gaze or close your eyes and breathe. Find your square again and count to 4 on your inhales and 4 on your exhales. Anchoring the mind with the breath. Very good. Release the hands. And have the left foot release all the way to the right. Take it slow, take it gentle, left arm straight next to you. The right hand, maybe you bring the foot a little bit closer and then press the thigh away from you. Again, lifting the femur bone out of the hip. That's how it kind of feels, or that's what you're going towards. If the hand slides up, bring it closer towards you and then press out again. Either just release the knee down or catch the foot, press the foot into the hand, gaze to the left. Very, very slowly come back to the center. Center your hips. Have the soles of the feet together and release the knees to the side. Press the soles of the feet towards each other as much as you can. Press them so much, and then lift the hips up. Tuck your hips a lot, lengthen the tailbone. Deepen your breath, pressing the feet towards each other. Tuck your hips, lift the hips up. Keep the breath going. There's no tension. You're not carrying the hips from your neck, so you release that area. And then very slowly keep the tuck in your hips and release the hips down. The legs out. The hands can be fists under the upper thighs to give you somewhat of a release here if there's any shaking. If you can find a release, you can have the hands to the inner thighs. Just for a few breaths. Soften any creases on your face. On your forehead. Around your ears. The crown of your head. With the help of your hands, bring the knees towards each other. Extend the legs and have the arms up. Have the feet to the outside edges of the mat. So the feet are wide, and then lift the right foot over the left. Slide the shoulders to the left, creating a banana shape. And you decide how bent this banana is. You're opening the whole right side body, and then relax the shoulders. You can allow a bend in the elbows, tuck your chin slightly back or down. And just allow the opening. You're not doing the work, you're not stretching, reaching, lengthening, nothing. You're just letting go, allowing gravity to do the work for you. Your work is to keep your mind with your breath. starting to feel your body heavier onto your mat. To change sides, first slide the shoulders to the center, and then lift the right leg to the other side of the mat, left foot above, then slide the shoulders to the right even more, depending on how deep you want this bend to be. Just relax your head, allow a bend in your elbows. Very, very slowly slide the shoulders back to the center and bring the feet, bend your knees, bring the feet down, center your hips, release the arms. If your body's craving a certain movement, go for it. Otherwise, I'd like to just windshield wiper my legs a few times, side to side. If the back is sensitive, have the feet to the outside edges of the mat and the knees touching, just relaxing the legs on each other. Tuck your hips and release the tailbone down. Arms are next to you, the palms are facing the sky. If the back is 100% okay, you can extend the legs with the feet dropping to the sides. Soften the gaze or close your eyes. Find a hollow space in your mouth. Softening the jaw, the root of the tongue, the inside of your cheeks, the throat. Find a hollow space in your throat. Between the two sides of your jaw. For space between your ears. Between the two temples on the sides of your head. And allow your eyeballs to sink towards the back of your head. Imagine yourself a witness, watching yourself laying down, being able to see the insides of your head, the space in there. Where your mind is and bring it back here, reel it back in. Keep your mind here in just this moment, to just simply be, exist, without doing anything, without thinking, worrying, just to exist in this moment, in the space that you're in. imagine the breath going through your nostrils and spreading through your entire body, carrying new, fresh air, new, fresh oxygen, positivity, filling your whole body with positive thoughts. Every breath you take, notice the space on the inside, the space that you created in this practice today. Start with small movements in the fingers and the toes. Rotate, bend the elbows and rotate the wrists. Turn your head gently side to side. And press with the upper hand to come to your side into fetal position. When you're ready, press with the upper hand to come up into seated. With the hands resting on your knees. Try to keep the length in your spine. Have one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Take a deep breath in, blow your belly, lift the heart. Keep breath in your belly, and then a long exhale out. Again, a deep breath in to your lower lobes, chest, lower lobes again. Open your mouth and let it go. Thank you so much for joining me in my practice today.